What's going on, everybody? Steve Pulaski back with another video review, this time of Craig Johnson's Wilson. Craig Johnson directed the film True Adolescence with Mark Duplass, good drama, and then did the film that made him a little bit more famous, The Skeleton Twins, with Bill Hader and Kristen Wiig. Highly recommend both of those films. Wilson stars Woody Harrelson as like this misanthropic, socially awkward bloke who kind of says like the wrong things at the wrong times. He's just sort of overly forward, kind of somebody that you would see at like a train station. It just gets a little bit too into your space. He plays the titular character though, who, goes through life with his dog. He doesn't have a lot of friends, so he just kind of like, goes through in and out looking for these weird conversations with people. He winds up like thinking about his ex-wife enough one day to try and track her down, and he finds out that she's working as a waitress, has fallen on hard times after leaving him when she was pregnant. So he just assumed that she aborted the baby. It turns out, however, that she did have the baby and gave it up for adoption. So the film revolves around Wilson and his ex-wife coming in contact with their daughter Claire, who's now 17, living with different parents or adoptive parents. They do that. They wind up going for like a vacation at his ex-wife's sister's house. His ex-wife's sister is played by Cheryl Hines. I forgot to mention his ex-wife is played by Laura Dern from 99 Homes. So they wind up going over there, and Cheryl Hines finds out that they didn't tell the adoptive parents that they were taking their daughter and stuff. So she winds up having Wilson arrested and sentenced to jail. So the whole film is kind of like him trying to strike up a relationship with his daughter, right wrongs, and kind of like try to change his ways, though he really hasn't known how to behave much differently than what he's been for his entire life. The film for a good hour is very funny. Is like Bad Santa and Bad Worms, but it has a more sympathetic character. Somebody you can actually get behind, somebody you can actually root for, somebody who's not as problematic and as outwardly vulgar. He's just kind of awkward, you know what I mean? Wilson's not a bad person. He's a little cynical, but he's not bad. Like, he's not a person that you would say, like, oh, he's a bad person, a terrible human being. He's a little annoying, but he's not a bad person. And Woody Harrelson gets that balance right. The problem with Wilson that I thought is it's another reformed character movie that and it doesn't really show that until it devolves in like the last half hour, and that's what bothered me about the movie, was that these reformed characters are starting to bother me a little bit. How often do you know people in life that actually undergo this sweeping change of character? It doesn't happen as much as movies portray it. And of course, somebody like Wilson, who's not a bad character, not a malicious character, he's got no reason to reform, but the writer Craig Johnson, or director Craig Johnson, and writer Daniel Clowes, this is based off Daniel Clowes' graphic novel, they really try to make him this sort of reformed character when he hasn't done anything really terribly wrong except for be himself, even if himself can be problematic. He's actually a lot like Larry David from Curb Your Enthusiasm, but even not that bad. So the film is very good when it's trying to be a comedy, but very poor or underwhelming when it's trying to be a drama. Middle of the road film, not bad. I give it a B-. Actually, I'm going to be a little bit kinder just because I laughed a lot in the first hour. Not a great movie, but a funny movie, and this kind of material, not always the easiest to succeed at. I give it a 2.5 out of 4 stars on my website, stevethemovieman.proboards.com. Link below. You can read the full review. I'm going to talk more about this reformed character cliche in films in that review. So thank you guys for watching, for subscribing. I'll talk to you later. Bye.